All right. Jesus. It's here. Every single Warhammer 40k faction explained by Bricky. Bricky, if you're watching this or happen to stop by all means, I will take my video down. But I'm going to be as transformative as possible. Usually, for my Critical Role videos, I have to edit down 4 hours videos into the most digestible way I can. So I'm going to try that here too. From what I know, I get 20 minutes, right? 20 minutes. So I'm going to try to do my best. I'm assuming I'm getting spammed with this video and the other one, because there's going to be some good moments in here that I'll be able to give you guys some good reactions to. Holy shit. I'm doing it. I'm here. I just had to find time to do it. But thanks for all the support on the Warhammer videos. I'm glad I'm not getting railed into oblivion with not having too much knowledge on it and trying to jump. You know what I do when I record these videos? When I do the Warhammer ones, I try to make references to the things that you guys tell me in the comments. It's so hard. I'd have to be pausing, looking back to make sure I'm reading this right section, and then look back and be like, here's the reference. But I'm just enjoying all the comments and everything. And the most part is just I'm enjoying that you guys are still enjoying my reaction to what I can when I watch these videos, because honestly I'm like, damn, I feel so bad. I barely know the lore, but you guys still want to watch me watch these things, so I want to deliver because I'm having fun watching them anyways. But there will be a day I get into the Warhammer lore. It's just right now, you see everything else I'm doing, it's impossible. I do not have the brain capacity for it. Not with how much lore is in fucking Dungeons and Dragons with fucking Critical Role. But much love and light. I am here. Well, I say that at the end of my videos. Much love to you, ladies and gents. Let's do this. We got Bricky part 1 of I'm all over the place with this intro, but yeah, Bricky, if you stop by, want me to take down my video, I'm totally cool with it. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's hop into this. I got a bowl of oatmeal right here. I'm ready to watch. Let's get it started. Forgot about copyright.
As someone who doesn't necessarily serve the Omnissiah, but someone who can appreciate them, you will not be getting my legs today, as I will be replacing them with various things depending on which faction we are currently talking about, to add a little bit more context and possible comedy to whatever the hell I am currently doing. So, Hello everybody, my name is Bricky, and this is going to be a long video and a large project that has been going on for quite some time. This is, I need 2 hands for this. This is every single Warhammer 40k race in kind of a nutshell, explained, a little bit of explanation, a little bit of lore, a little bit of talking about the tabletop, mostly lore, what they're all about, and also a little bit of background for those of you who just have no clue what Warhammer 40,000 is. And you see Warhammer and Warhammer chainsaw swords, and these big old green orcs, and there's some bugs over there, and everyone calls these guys weebs, and then there's these spiky bitches over here, and I don't get it. I don't understand. Where do I start? Well, this video is particularly for you, or for those of you who have a little bit of knowledge, but you're kind of curious about each of the different races and factions in Warhammer.
I actually am, and Jesus, is he sitting here calling me a boomer right now? I don't know if I can get down with that, Bricky.
So, overall, the Warhammer universe is vast when it
Hell yeah. I'm going to take off captions, but let's go.
When it comes to lore and background, and each different faction is so different with the things that they believe.
Whoa, dark. Whoa, they're the orcs. Space Marines, Space Wolves. I'm going to find mine that I'm interested in right now. I think I'm interested in, of course, Space Marines is going to be on there. But few that catch me are the Blood Angels, Elder, Grey Knights, Space Wolves, and the Chaos Daemons. And then the Dark Angels. I think that's Inquisitor right there or something. Oh, Necron. Someone made a comment about Necrons. I seen it. Honestly, these all seem pretty cool. These like first 5 I listed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Standing out the most. Oh, 5 right here. Chaos Space Marines. Oh, Dark Angels. 6. Okay, let's continue.
Leave him, and some are human, some are transhuman, like where they all have all these crazy ass electronics on them.
No, I understand the legs.
World that I and many others partake in. So
do it.
I will be explaining every
Inquisition.
single faction in the Warhammer 40k universe, at least all the factions you can play as, and some smaller factions here and there. I will not be discussing absolutely everything in it because that is a little bit much, and I'm not going to go too mega deep into the lore. I'm going to give you a pretty solid overview of each of the different factions and have you learn a little bit about them, and we'll discuss a little bit of the tabletop as well in case you are curious about that. The Imperium of Man, because that takes up a fat chunk of Warhammer lore. Oh, boo-hoo. What is Warhammer 40,000?
The Mr. Krabs edit. Okay.
Well, the 41st millennium, that's where it takes place, is in the year 40,000, 41,000 AD.
Okay.
You're already more knowledgeable. Let me read you a quote. First of many quotes in this video.
Usually the way I watch these, yeah. Let me also, anything long, sometimes I can go up and listen, but for the sake of, I want to say this too. I'm going to do these edits like how I do the campaign edits. So hopefully you guys do not mind that I sort of put the parts where I react and not most of the video. Like I'm going to put most of the video at times so you get a little bit of context to what I'm laughing at or what I'm it's just how my editing style when I do it. But hopefully that's still enjoyable. We'll see how part 1 does. But I just remembered I have to get ready to upload a video. Okay, we are all good.
Of the gods and master of 1,000,000 worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. There is only war. There is no peace amongst the stars, only an eternity of carnage and slaughter and the laughter of thirsting gods.
That sums
Everything
this up pretty well.
Blows. And it blows fucking hard. Warhammer is probably the most dark and depressing universes ever in fiction, or at least like top 3. Everything is so absurdly horrible, destructive, or overpowered that it all kind of ends up canceling itself out. It's like Dota. War rages across the galaxy. Due to sacrificing 1,000 souls a day to a rotting carcass of a man who you believe to be your god. Demonic gods, these demons tear open the fabric of reality on a whim. Other Xenos or even other humans end up killing each other in untold billions across the galaxy. It is a time of unending war, slaughter, and a bloodbath amongst everybody.
I was pretty much
on
that.
Planets are deemed unrecoverable and are completely destroyed. See, everything in Warhammer is evil, but being evil is kind of fun. Like humanity. Said
every single Fallout, Skyrim player ever, any RPG where you have freedom to make, you know, them chaotic neutral choices. Said every RPG player everywhere. Now, what I will say is I was right on the nose with this just being 100% war. I mean, that's kind of easy to pick up, but that's fucking great. The way he explained it is great.
To high tier evil on the evil scale of Warhammer, nobody is good. No matter who you are, everyone is some flavor, some color of evil. Whoever you pick, you are going to be the bad guy. But that's the fun of it, because being the bad guy is badass. Villains are cool. They look cool, they got cool outfits, they got cool weapons, they got cool armies.
I like a quote. They always hang the hero, so I'm the villain.
Villains are cool, man. And when everyone is a villain, everyone is pretty cool. That's what makes this so charming, is that everyone can be the bad guy. So let's start off talking about the main bad guy, quote unquote, the Imperium of Man. It's here, whack. It's here, whack. The Imperium of Man is the main empire of the human race. All of humanity is under this one flag called the Imperium. And about 10,000 years ago, there was a man. He was the Emperor of mankind, a 10-foot-tall psychic demigod who led humanity across the stars to colonize mankind. Was a psyker. And a psyker is like a magician of sorts. In the world of 40k, there is the warp, the immaterium, kind of like hell, but sort of like a purgatory dimension of hell. And a psyker is someone who can take that power and manifest it through their mind to use it to do stuff, like witchcraft stuff, magician stuff, spells, and lots of other things, but we don't want to get too into that. The Emperor, big boy psyker, top tier, A+, maybe even S. Now, the Emperor created a bunch of sons. Yes, created a bunch of sons known as the Primarchs. He created 20. 18 Primarchs to have them lead all of the different legions.
Their
of humanity
portraits are
to the different
sick.
stars and planets. Not all of them are Psychers, but a lot of them are very, very powerful, and they lead his special Space Marine legions. In there relies the 4 Chaos Gods. Imagine like Satan and 3 other Satans. The warp being kind of evil. Those.
I like how he explained it. Okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna add what I was gonna say, but I do want to say something right there, but I'll let it go. Astronomicon.
1,000 people a day. The Astronomicon is like the North Star. There and pop your way out. It's like doing nether travel in Minecraft, so you can shorten the distance between going to areas. So long as the Emperor is alive and being fed 1,000 people a day to stay alive, you can do that. The moment he dies, interstellar travel's gone for all of humanity. You're so boned. Now, since the Horus Heresy 10,000 years ago, the Imperium has fallen from grace substantially. Living God, which is probably the last thing the Emperor would have wanted to be remembered for. So now you have this thing called the Ecclesiarchy, which is this giant church entirely devoted to spreading he is now the Holy Emperor God, the God Emperor of the fullest extent, and killing anything that isn't humanity in his name. The Imperium has this futuristic Gothic tone to it and a hefty religious zealotry to them. If you think anything against the Emperor, that's heresy and you deserve to die. That is called being a heretic. Heretics die in 40k. There is no such thing as freedom of religion. There is no such thing as freedom of speech, so long as you are against the Emperor. There is no such thing as any kind of tolerance. Everyone is a religious zealot. Some more than others, but no matter what, you preach in that good word. So right now, everyone in humanity is trying to expand their empire across the stars. We deserve death as well. So long as the murder continues and humanity expands, the Imperium of Man is very, very happy. However, the largest fighting force of this themselves, breaking through the fabric of time to kill you, the Imperial Guard are untold billions of regular men and women wearing modern day, like flak armor with a laser rifle. This is the humble las gun, the main weapon of the Imperial Guard.
So I think that one Warhammer trailer I watched, I seen a bunch of these, basically them running around.
Guard. It fires superheated plasma lasers at an extremely fast fire rate. It is reliable, never jams. It can blow off limbs, giant holes in concrete. It is overall an extremely devastating weapon in modern day. It is one of the weakest in the 40k universe. A laser rifle that never jams, it can blow off limbs, one of the weakest weapons. That's the world we're in right now.
Honestly.
But who cares?
Makes sense.
The Imperial Guard has 30,000 large armored tanks, 10,000 artillery batteries. The Imperial Guard wins through sheer numbers and firepower. They kind of have this World War I, World War II style aesthetic with legions of guard and multiple kinds of troops. A normal Imperial...
I noticed that, and that's kind of why I like them too, it's that real, like, they have like this super futuristic old school twist. That's the best way I'm putting that.
Guard battle. The planet rumbles as tanks roll up behind them. Gunships block out the sun and tanks block out the dirt with the steppes
Gunships and tanks block out the sun and dirt.
Footprints of millions of guardsmen. Knife, Rambo, Predator-looking sons of bitches. Where nothing is anywhere near as scary as a simple knight on their home planet.
I said Rocky because that's what I thought. That's the first thing that popped up in my head instead of Rambo. Rocky. Got this Rocky aesthetic, nice.
The Valhallan Winter Soldiers who haven't felt their toes in 300 years. The Mordian Iron Guard who are more interested in making their shoes shine than actually fighting a battle. And then, of course, the big one, the Cadians from Cadia.
Their planet was
export of guardsmen in the entirety of the Imperium. An unrelenting amount of tears and sadness like I do daily. To quote, I have at my command an entire...
Yeah, he's right. There's a little charm to that, but it's way too extremely boring for me.
Poetic. They actually represent the main Imperial Guard tactics pretty well. Large amounts of artillery that doesn't require a line of sight, lots of tanks, tons of infantry, drop troops, and gunships.
Doesn't require a line of sight.
Similar to how they sound, though a little bit expensive to collect, unfortunately. And they don't hit a lot. They have a bit of a bad aim, but you don't really care because you're just drowning them in shots.
They're like stormtroopers.
However, you want more accurate fire and specialization? We can move on to talk about Space Marines. The Angels of Death are up next. Space Marines are genetically engineered super soldiers and superhumans. They're given extra organs. Their skin tissue is toughened. Their bones are stronger. They're taller than the average person. They're pretty massive people. And these are the specialized super soldiers that carry out a lot of the more specific tasks for the Imperium. And there's tons of legions of them. In fact, there's one per Primarch. Each Primarch, the Emperor's son, as I mentioned before, oversees their legion of Space Marines. The genetic upgrade they...
Everybody watching right now. That is fucking sick. That is sick. I gotta give them that. That is sick. If I was world building, had lore, or had like how they have the Primarchs, and then each Primarch has their faction. Oh my gosh, that just gave me so many ideas. Cause I thought about it before, but this is like seeing it reflected back to me. This is sick. This is sick. I like that. I like that a lot. Holy shit. God, cool.
Also extremely interesting and have a little bit more of a twist on the average Space Marine. Nothing that large should move that quick. These men in power armor moving at blazing fast speeds. Their reflexes are faster. Their skin is tougher. They are overall just extremely powerful soldiers. In fact, where they differ, it comes down to which Space Marine Legion we're talking about. It's a lore problem, but
no, I was gonna say I knew there had to be one. I knew there had to be cracks somewhere.
The White Scars by Jagatai Khan are all about speed freaks. Go fast. We're talking attack bikes. We're talking land speeders. You want to go in quick. You want to hit them hard. You want them to be swarming around like buzzflies, buzzsaws. Multi-meltas, just so long as something can be burning, multi-meltas. They're also actually some of the nicest of the Space Marines. A lot of Space Marines have this kind of like holier than thou thing because of their genetic strength. However, they're also all black, but not like just regular black, like 2 a.m. line at a White Castle black. Like they have a charcoal, dark, ashy exterior and blazing red eyes. Apparently some nice, like more heartwarming lore. As opposed to
heartwarming, get it?
Imperial Fists believe in the power of the siege and defensive positions. Raven Guards, master of stealth and sabotage while having bird helmets. Iron Hands, masters of machines and vehicles while being really goddamn good at being sold on eBay after one nerf. Space Wolves, Vikings and wolves and tons of wolves and, and axes, battle axes, fur everywhere. Space Wolves, angry, big teeth. Blood Angels, the genetic defect to make them want to drink blood and go crazy called the Red Thirst. They have Cupid wings and stuff, which is a little bit strange, and they are all super gay for Sanguinius. Dark Angels are old school knights and inner circle theme and...
Knew it! K!
Are you a heretic?
And on the tabletop, they fuck. Oh, they fuck hard. As of making this video, Space Marines are laughably strong. That might change at some point, but overall, Space Marines just have it's like a Swiss Army knife, a tool for anything you need, except it's like a gold-plated Swiss Army knife. It is extremely strong. If you are actually getting into the tabletop of Warhammer, Space Marines are a great start. Also, whatever gameplay style you have, whether you want to be sit back with long range and heavy weaponry, go fast and run in, or even just full melee, all of these options are totally there for you. And you might think, oh, whoa, Berkey, that sounds like some heresy. A little bit. They believe in the...
Yo, I was thinking that in my head. I was like, they sound like some heretics.
Emperor, they believe in his power, but they don't pray to him. They pray to something called the Omnissiah. This kind of
is that Revenant from Apex Legends?
Machine god they believe permeates in all machines. And if you think, well, wait a minute, they believe in a different god as well? That sounds like super heresy. Well, yes-ish, but they also make all your guns, and they make all your tanks, and they make everything that you have.
Oh.
So you can't really tell them to fuck off because you're not going to win nothing if you don't got stuff to shoot people with. The Omnissiah is present through all. And the
like
only
their name.
reason your stuff works
Omnissiah.
is because the machine's spirit in it. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Yeah. This is the group.
He looks like literal like a freak of nature and I'm loving it. He looks like Dr. Octopus and like a freaking I don't know what to think, like a Crash Bandicoot villain, like, and a Batman like villain, like Dr. Freeze or whatever his name, Mr. Freeze, whatever the name is. Look, don't come at me.
Flesh.
They don't like flesh.
There is no certainty in flesh, but no files mixed with religious hell. They're so paranoid. I gotta keep going. They're so paranoid and crazy. These Dune Striders you see right here, one guy was able to make them work. One guy, and he died. And they're so scared they'll never work again that they keep them on and they never turn them off and they run around in a circle the whole time until they need them and then they corral it and they go to battle. Yep. The Adeptus Mechanicus. Now, if you want to talk about faith, though, let's talk about the Sisters of Battle.
A simp has fallen for an e-girl in Lego City.
The Sisters of Battle are the adept.
A simp has fallen for an e-girl in Lego City. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I hope I'm be able to fit all this. Oh my gosh. I might have to do this in multiple parts.
Which is scary, and it is. The
Yeah.
Sisters are an extremely zealotous force, and they take this to a full extreme. They believe in three main things: faith, martyrdom, and fire. Through the Bolter, the Flamer, and the Melta, the Sisters of Battle are extremely potent at taking out chaos and heretics. Mainly heretics, because as they are a fighting section of the Ecclesiarchy Church, that's the big thing they want to kill. Any form of heretic will face the Emperor's justice through those three main weapons: the Bolter, the Flamer, and the Melta. Pipe organ missile launcher. They have small babies that they have like removed their brain capacity to make them little servant cherubs to fly around and give them ammunition and shit. They drop churches from low orbit as mini drop pods onto battles. They drop churches into battles.
Yo,
and they blare
what?
war hymns and shower holy water across the battlefield. These are the people you are dealing with, and they're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They can literally stave off demons because their faith is that strong. Remember the warp, the demons from the warp? Well, the warp also manifests in your mind. All of your emotions, negative and positive, go through the warp. It's
Makes
the
sense. Energy, frequency, and vibration. So it's funny how the inspiration of the lore and like how the emotions go through the warp, it makes some sense.
Fortified. That
Makes
mentally strong. You can stave off horrifying demons.
That's cool.
And all these
That's
girls,
cool. I like
not
this even
a
more.
crack. Not a crack in that mental armor. Now, as much
That's
as a
cool.
meme as they are, and as much as their models look a lot like Ongo Gabloglian, yeah, which I can't unsee anymore. I gotta say,
Now I
love
can.
their design. I think they're
Shoot.
extreme. This shit is the most over-the-top badassery in a lot of the Warhammer universe, and goddamn it,
Yeah,
it's over the top.
looks
But
like it.
Sisters of Battle are so cool. Time. And speaking
They're hardcore.
of burning demons,
I can see.
They're hardcore.
the Grey Knights are the first army I actually collected back in 7th edition, Armored Knights, except they are all psychers. All of them have that crazy space magic magician shit. For every 100,000 guardsmen, there's one Grey Knight. For every 10,000 Sisters of Battle, there's one Grey Knight. For every 1,000 Space Marines, there's one Grey Knight. Grey Knights are the strongest of the strong, both in mental will and absolute just strength. These are Space Marines that are all hot.
Love this. Love this.
High-level psychers, all of them able to specifically do one goal, and that is kill demons. The Emperor believed that the demons of chaos were since the demons of the warp are the warp, and your mind projects to the warp, people can go insane very fast, especially lower-level psychers. These Grey Knights need to be able to harness the warp in the presence of demons and stay perfectly sane. One of their characters.
This is my faction right here. I love this. This is my faction. It's my faction.
One of my favorite characters is named Castellan Crow. He has a demon blade, the black blade of Mahamahama, and he has to have it on him because it tempts everyone nearby, constantly beckoning them. Use my power, use my strength, suck my penis, whatever the possibility. And so he has to keep it on him all the time as this thing whispers to him consistently. And he has to stave it off forever, being alone in his chambers or on the battlefield, because anyone who gets too close to it might be tempted a little too hard. He is that pure of heart and mind, and all the characters in the Grey Knights are basically like that. The only issue is that the Grey Knights have a scorched earth policy, more ways than one. If they're fighting demons, demons corrupt and make people crazy. So if I'm a guardsman and I'm fighting demons, and the Grey Knights arrive and they kill all the demons, I'm a risk. And so guess who's not making it out of there? On the tabletop, they're very strike fast, strike hard kind of. All right, that is, oh my goodness gracious. I am the hammer. I am the mail about his fist. I am the spear in his hand. Though we are lost, I am the shield on his arm. I am the flight of his arrows. I am the hammer. I am the sword. I am the shield. I am a soldier at the battle at the end of time. Grey Knights are pretty hardcore. They are as holy as you can get for a Space Marine. If you like Space Marines,
they're one of my favorites.
They're holy enough. You want to be holier? Grey Knights. Now, if you want to be holier and big,
the Sisters
Imperial
one?
Knights.
Oh, Lord, he coming!
Oh,
do you like gigantic walkers the size of homes? And if you want to collect them,
they're okay.
They make for a great painting project.
Kind of boring.
Game
but
over
they're
down to earth. Let's talk something about a little bit,
cool,
a little
but
bit
boring.
different, a little more gold. If guards without the need to sleep and barely even the need to eat, watching over the throne room and every other area.
When the fuck do you even get time to eat in this fucking universe, to be honest with me? Be honest with me. And to be honest with you, when the fuck do you even get time to eat? Or sleep?
For their entire purpose in life. And
you sleep when you're dead.
Are they terrifying? These custodians put Space Marines to shame. If you liked your super soldiers, these are your super mega soldiers.